I don't think there's a better coach out there than Coach Greg.
I'm coaching the Tren Twins. Great choice.
So is Coach Greg now encouraging young guys to take PEDs? So I just watched a new video came out today by Coach Greg on how he is now coaching the Tren Twins in their first bodybuilding show. And I just jokingly left a comment that said, does that mean you officially know how much Tren they use? Since, he's made natty or nots on them and it's been back and forth on what he thinks they've taken in the past versus what they've actually said they do. And someone left a comment on my comments saying, in a way, he's stealthily promoting it, in my opinion. And at first I was kind of like, no, it's just for getting more views. They're popular coming up. They're getting famous quick, and he's a famous guy, putting the two things together, current events, all that. It's a publicity move, whatever. But then he was making some points on, yeah, but Greg always talks about being healthy, staying off of PD, staying natural as long as possible. And these guys are 21 years old, and now he's coaching them knowing that they're taking PDs to help them in their bodybuilding shows. So let's take a look at some of the stuff he said in the videos about them. And let me know down in the comments the reason why you think he's training them before I give you my opinion.
Even Seth Ferozi likes this guy. And why? Because they're blasting gear just like he did. He's like, I love it. I love watching these guys. They're psychopaths like me. They don't care about their health.
So I want to try to play these clips in their context of what's going on, so I'm not just picking and choosing and make it say what I want. Basically, he's saying, they're just blasting this stuff. They don't care about their health. So right off the bat, he's looking at them thinking, they're taking way more than just Tren. He thinks they've been taking lots of stuff, SARMs or whatever, since they were 18, maybe even sooner.
Although they're extremely strong, extremely gifted, I don't know if that's their goal. I think they just want to be social media stars. Let's just blast Test and Trent. We'll take 20 years off our life. And if it's worth it for them, fine.
At this point, he hasn't seen them do any bodybuilding or powerlifting shows, doesn't really see the point, more so just for getting popular on social media, since that's just about what everyone seems to be doing these days. Young guys coming up, taking SARMs, taking steroids to try to get big quick, to make everyone love them for the way their body looks.
You want to optimize everything that you can do naturally before you go this route. These guys are way too young. They shouldn't be on PDs, but I get it. The pressure to look amazing on social media.
So he acknowledges they're probably taking lots of gear in his opinion, and he doesn't think they should. They're too young. It's not healthy. Wait till you're older and make those types of decisions.
So this is the response. We started at 300 milligrams a week for our first cycle, which was recommended to us by a bodybuilding friend. Just recently dropped down to 150 after hitting PRs with Larry Wheels. We plan to cruise till our first prep starts in mid-March. We need your advice.
So in his second video, he's showing a picture of where they responded to his video, and they say, we need your help. So then in his next video,
I've done 70 powerlifting competitions, and I'm a bodybuilder, set world records, and so who better to coach these two? And so Tren Twins, if you're watching me and you want to be coached by Coach Greg, well, let me know.
What's the purpose of him doing this? Like I said, my initial thought is it's about money. It makes sense. They're popular, he's popular. Let's train them, and it'll bring more people to my channel, get more views for them and all that good stuff. It works for everyone. But in endorsing them and helping them through that, is that showing other younger guys, hey, if you need to take PEDs to do your show, you want to make it pro your first chance, even though he said in his videos, you don't need to do that. You can stretch it out. You've got time for that. You don't need to become a pro right when you first start going. Is it really just about the money? Because he even said about them,
hey guys, we're happy to announce we signed with huge supplements. We're making way more money than last time. It was a no-brainer decision because we're making 3 times the money.
So he basically says the same thing about them, talking about how they went from Gorilla Mind to a different sponsor because, hey, they're probably getting paid a lot more money. So why wouldn't Greg do this if it's going to bring in a lot more money for his channel? Think about the fact of if he's going to be able to sell more supplements, if he can get them to take his supplements, just he's training them. Hey, look at these guys. I coach them to become a pro or whatever might happen in their shows. Well, now he can sell more training plans, and look how shredded they got, more diet plans. So all around, he will make more money from this, but is that all he really cares about this? And is that in fact going to encourage other younger people to go ahead and take PEDs? Because look, Coach Greg's helping these guys do it.
And so one thing I think that's really sad is that they took PEDs at such an early age. Think of the potential they had.
As you can see, he says multiple times in various videos that He thinks it's sad they're taking PEDs at such a young age. He said the same thing about Chris Bumstead. He started at like 18 and is like, hey, get to your natural limit before you start doing that stuff. See what you can actually achieve with your body. Enjoy the sport. Let it take a long time. But, not everyone watches all his videos. These are clips taken from various videos he's done on them. So if someone just to see the one video on, hey, I'm coaching him now, they might think that, that's not his fault. But at the same time, you can't make everyone happy. And I really don't think he's afraid to call them out and say the stuff that they're doing wrong. Even if he's coaching them because they're putting out videos showing how they're training, he's saying, that's not what you're supposed to be doing.
And so they're saying, we're going to start dieting at the end of the month. Sorry, it's starting now. I've already given the plan. I'm expecting the diet to start right now.
When you see these coaching them, what does that involve? To me, that's, hey, I'm taking care of your diet and your training, telling you what to do to get ready for this show. Now, they did say in that post before they responded to him on the comment that this is everything we're taking, we need your advice. So obviously, you need to know everything that your athlete is going to be doing, all the supplements they're taking and how that's going to affect their body and the way it looks in the end. And for me, I'm going to give the guy the benefit of the doubt because for all we know, he could be doing this to try to encourage them, hey, you don't need to take PEDs. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. He said it in multiple videos. You're too young to be doing this. It makes me sad that you're doing this. Hey, I know you have these goals, but you have lots of time, and why not make more time in your life to reach those goals instead of blasting, hitting it, and then who knows, taking 20 years off your life, maybe.
Personally, I think there's no rush to get their pro cards, and although they want to get it in their first try, you don't need to. It's better to stretch out the gains, not to abuse PEDs, and do it safer than last time. And enjoy the journey. That would be the same advice I'd give to the Tren Twins. It's not a race. Take your time, do it as healthy as possible. Not that taking PEDs is healthy, but of course, there are healthier ways to do it than others.
What does this mean? Does it mean, hey, you shouldn't take it, but if you want to get pro, you're going to have to, I'm okay with you doing that? It all comes down to, where do you draw the line? I mean, you're a coach. Like he said many times, he's coached tons of people who take lots of PEDs and they don't even look like they take any. He probably knows a lot more than most of us do about it. And would there really be any difference if, for example, he was coaching Chris Bumstead? Everyone knows that he's taking drugs to get to the Mr. Olympia. And obviously that would make a lot of sense for Greg to coach him because, hey, everyone in the world's going to know. A ton of people already know who he is, but that's even more coming in. And people will be like, man, he coached someone to the Olympia, even though he's won multiple Olympias. He changed his coach for the last one. So like they say, you can learn more from other people, but the guys are young, and I'm just gonna go from the perspective, he's probably behind the scenes encouraging them to do things as healthy as possible, to try to come off this stuff and be natural, especially with all the talent. If you really haven't taken drugs until this year, basically, look at what you could probably achieve with another 5, 6, 7 years of training. So, once again, let me know what you think in the comments. It got me thinking, it's a fine line because everyone's going to think what they want, but I think overall, that doesn't mean that he's endorsing PEDs, even though it may look like that to some people. But to young folks, just remember, the way you look isn't everything. If how much you can lift, yeah, it's a fun goal to do. I like lifting heavy weights. If the way your body looks is the only thing that makes you happy, it's eventually gonna stop. I'm in my mid-30s, so I've got more perspective. I've got a family and all that stuff. When you're young, you don't think anything bad's ever gonna happen to you, but all it takes is one. Just look at all the people the past year, who've been having heart attacks that were seemingly young and healthy. So you do this kind of stuff, can make stuff even worse, and your chances of not being here for a long time happen a lot quicker. I've seen lots of forums, people saying, oh, I don't care, I just wanna blast and look great. There's more to life than having a six-pack or being shredded or whatever, Take things in perspective. I'll see you all in the next one.